Well, this is continuing on with our Space Invaders game. If I run this, where you're at now is your ship should be on the bottom. You can move back and forth, and you can fire. And when the bullet collides with Invader, what's in my case the pizza, then it'll destroy that game object.
You're using fire.
The what?
You're using fire.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying, well, that's what you're working on.
Yeah.
Now, the new item here is we want every once in a while for a spaceship to go across the top. And that's what you see right there, the spaceship. So what I've done is I've dropped cheese pizza image on here, just so I could have an object to work with. Now we're going to put a script on it. So I just added the component, and then I added the new script. And I called mine movement. And if I double click movement, I have a Boolean flag here to indicate whether it's currently moving or not. And so initially I have it set equal to false. Now I come down here, and I just decided to do a very easy way to do a movement based upon random numbers. Is I generate a random number between 1 and 800. And this random.range here says you pass in the min and the max, and it says returns a random integer number between min and max. So this will return a random number between 1 and 800. Now I put a if statement here. I said check to see if the number is greater than 790, which would be 791, 792, all the way up to 800. I did that so that if it returns any random number in that range, it'll cause it to move. Now I could change this if I didn't want them to. That's interesting. There it goes. If I didn't want it to come on that fast, I'd maybe change that to 1800. And then I could change this to greater than 1790. Now, if I take a look at my program, if I run it, there's our pizza slice. There's our pizza slice. So again, it comes in randomly, but based upon that range. Now, you can adjust that however you want. You can put different numbers there. You could actually say, only do it if it's equal to 1790. You probably find that it won't occur that often, I'm guessing. But then again, it does a lot of game cycles when it goes through. Part of doing a range on that is that you can control a little bit better than just a single number. A single number, statistically, could be that it never pops up. Now, there's one. Now, you're going to modify your Space Invaders game. That actually equals isn't too bad, timing-wise. You're going to modify your Space Invaders game such that a ship, a little UFO, goes across the top every so often. And it should have collision on it, such that if you fire your bullet, if your bullet touches the ship, then the ship is destroyed. Okay, now let's talk about this a little bit more. So if it's equal to 1790, I set my flag equal to true. That means start moving the ship. So down here I check if move it. That means I'm moving. I retrieve the current position of that object, put it in position, and I increase position of the X component by 0.1. And then if it's greater than 13, it's gone to clear off the right side, then I set move it to false, and I set to reset the X position to negative 15, so it's off the main display. And then I set my position there. Does that make sense? Now the items, and I'll put a Dropbox out there. Items you should focus on here is your ship should move right to left. Right to left, or just should move left, right. Shouldn't be going up and down. You should fire. The bullet should go straight up. And if it collides with an alien or the UFO, it destroys the object. Now, bonus is if you do the scoring. Not sure if you have time for that, but you'll see. But you can see. And so those are what I'm looking for. Is there any questions on that? Now I'll go ahead and put the Dropbox out there. It'll be due at the end of class. The only thing new that we haven't worked on past is the UFO. So see what you can get done in terms of those items there. And then starting next week, I'll give you the final project. I just give you the heads up on it is it'll be a Pac-Man, level on Pac-Man. So you'll use the same type of concept here. You'll have your prefabs. You'll put them in locations. The collision will be the same. A lot of it will be the same. You'll do your border colliders on your walls type of deal, and so forth. And that's what I'll have you work on during the remaining classes is for your final project.